Hi guys, it's Heather from heatherchristo.com, and today we are making blueberry ginger buttermilk cake. It is vegan and gluten-free, so that buttermilk is definitely faux. This is one of my favorite desserts, these kind of easy buttermilk cakes, because there's just one bowl and one pan. You bake it for 25 minutes exactly, and then you've got a gorgeous cake. Let's get started. So I've got my gluten-free all-purpose baking flour in here, and to that I'm gonna add just some sugar. I like to use beet sugar. And then we're gonna add some xantham gum, baking powder, and kosher salt to the mix. And then nutmeg and ground ginger. So I've got all of my dry ingredients in here. And before I start whisking those together, I've got to get my buttermilk started. So I'm just gonna add about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to this coconut milk. Kind of squish it around and then let it sit and curdle. So I'm gonna stir together all of my dry ingredients. To prepare the pan, I've got just a 9-inch plain baking pan like you would for a 2-layer cake. And then I've got a 9-inch round of parchment paper. I'm gonna take some coconut spray oil. So I've got some melted coconut oil here, which I'm gonna add, and then my faux buttermilk. I'm just gonna whisk it all together. This is a recipe where you don't even need a standing mixer. It comes together so easily. Okay, so that's it. As soon as you have a nice uniform batter, add the blueberries, and then you wanna fold them in with a spatula, kind of gently, because you don't wanna squish your blueberries and make mush. And I always think this batter helps the blueberries hold their shapes really nicely, like they stay suspended in it, they don't sink to the bottom. That's it. Pour it in here. So gluten-free baked goods are a little different than regular baked goods in that they don't spread and rise in the same way. So I always like to make sure that I smooth the batter out to the edges and then make sure that the texture on top is nice. Because however you leave the baked-free goods to bake, that's how they wind up looking at the end. So this is nice, it's all smoothed, and I'm just gonna pop it in my 350-degree oven for 25 minutes exactly. This baked up beautifully, and you can see all the little speckles of nutmeg on it. Now I've got to turn it out. Easy. I'm just gonna peel the parchment off of the bottom and then lay it here on my cake plate. So instead of frosting, I like to do a nice dust of powdered sugar, but I am generous with the powdered sugar. Beautiful. We should probably cut it and see what's going on in there. You can see the chunks of blueberry. It's so moist and tender. There you go. You've got gluten-free, vegan, blueberry ginger buttermilk cake that no one will ever know is vegan or gluten-free. For the full recipe, head on over to heatherchristo.com.